Noah Brown, one of the most prominent stars of Alaskan Bush People, has certainly faced more than his fair share of challenges. For those who have followed the show closely, Noah's journey has been a testament to resilience, perseverance, and the power of family. He was always known for his hands-on skills and dedication to his close-knit family. But as the years passed, Noah's life became a series of painful and at times heartbreaking events that left lasting impacts on both him and those around him. One of the most significant tragedies Noah faced was the unexpected death of his father, Billy Brown, in 2021. Billy had been the heart and soul of the Alaskan Bush People family, guiding his children through the rugged wilderness and providing a sense of stability in an often unstable life. His death was a profound blow, not just to Noah, but to the entire Brown family. It came at a time when Noah was already in the process of building a stable home for his own wife, Rain, and their young child. For Noah, the loss of his father wasn't just a personal blow, it marked a turning point in his life. It left him grappling with grief and the overwhelming pressure of continuing forward without the person who had always been his biggest support. In the wake of Billy's passing, Noah showed immense strength and commitment to his family. Despite the overwhelming grief, he continued to press on for the sake of his wife and child. His role as a husband and father became more important than ever as he dealt with the emotional and physical toll of losing his father. Billy's death left a gap that could never truly be filled, and it raised questions about the future of the Alaskan Bush People series, a show that had relied heavily on Billy's larger-than-life presence. But Noah and the rest of the Brown family made it clear that they would carry on Billy's legacy. They would continue to live the wild, rugged life that he had envisioned for them. However, Noah's struggles were not just limited to personal loss. His relationship with his family, especially his siblings, was strained by the arrival of his wife, Rain. The two had met in 2016 during Rain's trip to Hoonah, Alaska. Their connection was instant, and it quickly blossomed into a serious relationship. Noah proposed to Rain in a romantic sunset hike in 2017, and they married the following year in an intimate ceremony in Idaho. It seemed like a fairy tale love story, but behind the scenes, things weren't so smooth. After their marriage, tensions began to rise within the Brown family, especially with Noah's sister Bird. Rain's decision to change her name from Ruth to Rain sparked controversy within the family, with some of Noah's siblings, particularly Bird, feeling betrayed by the name change. Bird allegedly believed that Rain had stolen her name, accusing her of copying a single white female type of move. The situation became so contentious that it caused a rift between the two women, making Rain's life within the Brown family incredibly difficult. While Rain's mother explained that she had been using the name Rain since junior high school, the damage was already done. This was only one of the challenges Noah faced as he tried to keep his new family intact while dealing with the tension between his wife and his siblings. The strain in Noah's personal life was compounded by a legal battle that nearly tore the Brown family apart. Prior to his wedding, Noah, along with several other members of the Brown family, was involved in a fraud case. The family was accused of 60 counts of fraud, including unsworn falsification and theft, related to the Alaska Permanent Fund Dividend, PFD. This program grants funds to residents who have lived in Alaska for at least 12 months, but the Browns had claimed these funds despite spending more than 180 days outside the state filming their show. The investigation revealed that the Browns had falsely claimed to meet the residency requirements. Billy, as the family patriarch, took the brunt of the charges, facing 24 counts of fraud for receiving around $113,000 in PFD funds under false pretenses. Though Billy eventually pleaded guilty and received a minimal sentence, the entire Brown family was barred from applying for the PFD funds in the future, and several members were required to repay the funds they had fraudulently received. As if the legal battles weren't enough, the Brown family also had to cope with health issues that nearly claimed the life of their matriarch, Amy Brown. In 2017, Amy was diagnosed with advanced lung cancer, which forced the family to leave their remote lifestyle in Alaska and seek medical treatment for her in Southern California. The diagnosis was grim, with Amy given only a 3% chance of survival, but Amy was not one to give up easily. She began aggressive treatments, including chemotherapy and radiation, and her family rallied around her to offer support. After months of grueling treatments, Amy received the incredible news that her cancer had mysteriously disappeared, giving her a new lease on life. Unfortunately, just as things were looking up for Amy, she was rushed back to the hospital years later due to severe pneumonia. While her weakened immune system from previous cancer treatments made her more vulnerable, the family continued to support her as she recovered. Despite the various health scares and legal troubles, the Brown family's worst tragedy came in February 2021, when Billy Brown passed away unexpectedly from a fatal seizure at the age of 68. His death was a devastating blow to the entire family, especially to Noah, who had always described his father as his best friend. Billy's passing left a massive hole in the family, and it marked a significant turning point in the show's narrative. The Brown family, already reeling from personal loss, now faced the challenge of moving forward without the guiding force that had kept them united. In the wake of Billy's death, the Brown family continued to honor his legacy by keeping the show going. They dedicated an episode to Billy, reflecting on his impact on their lives and the lessons he imparted to them. The episode, Back to the Bush, featured the Browns coming together to mourn Billy's passing while also discussing how they would carry on without him. It was a deeply emotional moment for fans and cast members alike, and it raised questions about the future of the show. Would the Browns be able to continue living the life Billy had envisioned for them without him by their side? The family made it clear that they would carry on, vowing to live in the wilderness and honor Billy's dream of a self-sustained, close-knit family. But the challenges kept coming. In 2020, the Brown family was dealt yet another blow when a wildfire destroyed their newly acquired ranch in Washington. The fire, which started mysteriously, wiped out their 6,000-acre property, which had been their new home and the filming location for the show. The Browns were fortunate to have escaped the flames in time, but the loss was significant. Not only did they lose their ranch, which was valued at $1.6 million, but they were also forced to leave the wilderness and seek shelter in hotels, far from the lifestyle they had grown accustomed to. This was a particularly painful loss, coming at a time when the family was already reeling from Ami's health scare and Billy's death. The fire disrupted their lives in a way that no one could have predicted, but the Browns, as they always do, found the strength to rebuild. Noah, in particular, was deeply affected by the fire. After losing everything he had worked so hard to build, Noah and Rain made the decision to leave the North Star Ranch and find a new home. Many fans speculated that the couple's decision to move was due to family issues or the fact that Rain was expecting their second child. However, Noah quickly clarified the situation, explaining that the fire had destroyed everything they owned and they had no choice but to move into a rental house until they could rebuild. Noah was adamant that he didn't want financial help from fans. Instead, he asked for their emotional support as they navigated this challenging time. In the following season of Alaskan Bush People, Noah's journey to find a new home was documented. The search wasn't easy, with many properties failing to meet his standards. But eventually, Noah found a new home on an island that provided a fresh start for his family. The new location allowed them to live a similar lifestyle to the one Noah had grown up in a more isolated setting that mirrored the wilderness life he cherished. Moving out of the North Star Ranch was a difficult decision, but it was clear that this new home was the right choice for Noah and his family, offering them the opportunity to rebuild and continue living the life Billy had always dreamed for them. Despite his efforts to rebuild his life, Noah's journey was far from smooth. He revealed in interviews that he had suffered from multiple concussions over the years, which had led to serious memory issues. He even joked about how his taste buds had changed due to the injuries, but the reality of his condition was concerning. Noah's memory loss and forgetfulness were a direct result of post-concussive syndrome, a condition that could affect him for the rest of his life. Despite these challenges, Noah remained determined to move forward, continuing to support his family while grappling with the lingering effects of his injuries. In addition to his own struggles, Noah faced even more heartbreak when his sister Bird Brown suffered a health scare. Bird was diagnosed with 2 large tumors, one weighing 8 pounds and the other 4 pounds. After undergoing surgery, it was revealed that she had a high chance of surviving, but the tumors could potentially return. Bird's medical situation was deeply concerning, and her family, especially Noah, rallied around her as she faced this life-threatening diagnosis. The specifics of Bird's illness were not immediately clear, but it was speculated that she might have been